Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sandra, and today I am going to be doing a random number generator chooses how many hours I read. Let's get into actually figuring out how many hours it's going to be. It's going to be somewhere between 3 and 12 hours because I feel like 3 hours is long enough that this video wouldn't be cut way too short, and 12 hours is probably the most that I can do reading the full time period. Hope that makes sense. Let's go ahead and see how many hours I need to read. Okay, so you guys saw I need to read for 8 hours. I'm really excited because on my iPad, I finally, on Libby, my hold came through on Legendary, the second book in the Caraval series, and I read Caraval months ago and I've been waiting for this book to come in so that I could read it. I hope it doesn't disappoint. I'm really nervous because I really loved Caraval and I am just very hopeful that I will like the next book. But that's what I'm going to start with, and I also have 2 books that I would potentially be able to get back into for this video. There are these 2. If you've seen 2 videos ago, I think is when I started these. I'm in the middle of both of these, and while this one could fit in another video I'm doing this month, this is the last video that I'm doing this month that this book could fit in. So I would like to get back into these if I have time, but I am going to start with Legendary. So let's do it. Okay, the timer's a lie already because not only am I worried I'm going to be disappointed in this book just because it opens up and it doesn't call them this, but it's almost like this character finds like tarot cards, but doesn't say that that's what they are, so I'm not sure. I'm not gonna like it if that is the main plot point of this book. Like, it's gonna be a DNF. And I got distracted on my phone and the timer was still going, so literally I've been reading for about 5 minutes, but I'm gonna reset the timer because it's just wrong because I never paused it. So I'm restarting it because all I've read is the prologue. We'll see if I like this, and then if it's gonna be based on that, I'm gonna DNF and not finish the Caraval series. I would be so disappointed because I really want to like know what happens, and I love Caraval. But I also can get into those other books that I showed you, so we'll see what happens. But let's restart this timer. Okay. I've read a few chapters, and what I'm getting is it does seem like that's what they are. They're not called that, but it's essentially the same thing. And I think that this story is really just gonna follow that. And so as much as it pains me, I think I am gonna DNF because that's not really what I loved about Caraval. I loved the like whimsical fantasy adventure elements, but it wasn't that. So I think in order to preserve the love that I have in my heart for Caraval, I just don't need to continue the series, really. Is what it seems like. So I guess I'm DNFing a book that I was so excited for. I knew January reading was going too well. Like, I had so many books that I have read and really enjoyed, and then the last 2 have just been highly anticipated and very disappointing. With that, I think I can jump into getting back to this. Take a Chance on Me. This so far I've had no issues with. I'm not incredibly far into it, so there's definitely potential for more disappointment, but I think I'm gonna jump back into this and try to finish this up. I have 7.5 hours left to read, so certainly should be able to get through this. What are you guys reading? This is interesting still. So far clean. I fully appreciate it. Hope it doesn't take a turn from that, but yeah, it's good so far. Okay. Oh, it's sideways. Okay, it's the next day and I'm wearing the sweatshirt again. I have read absolutely nothing, so my timer is still on 7 hours and 5 minutes to go. And I need to get back to this book, so let's do it, because I need to finish this video. Still a cute read so far. Okay, so I have been reading now for like an hour 20 minutes longer. So I have 5 hours 45 minutes left exactly. I'm gonna go eat something and take a break. The problem is when I end up taking a break to eat, I end up not getting back to reading. I've made decent progress in this. I'm probably like halfway through it, if not almost halfway through it. It's so cute. It's definitely not like mesmerizing or like a 5-star or anything, but so far it's still clean and a decent read, so I'm enjoying that. Still a decent like 3-star read thus far. I mean, I'm not riveted by any means. I'm not like, oh my gosh, this is the best book ever. It's definitely very average, but I do appreciate that thus far it's been a clean romance. It is currently, well, I have 4 hours and 36 minutes left, which means I've been reading for a little bit over an hour. And I'm going to take a little break just because I don't want to be zoning out. Some things just went down in the story and not sure how I feel about it, but nothing like bad. I just am annoyed with the way that they were handled, but I'm annoyed with the people that were involved because I like our main characters. I think that's the best way to say it, and I don't want anything to come between them. So anyway, that's how far into it I am. Not that much left to go, and it does go really quickly. I mean, I could finish this tonight, fingers crossed, but I am going to take a break right now, so. Okay guys, I have 4 hours and 16 minutes left to go, but I am starting to zone out and not pay attention, so I am stopping for the night. I'm gonna get some sleep and hopefully finish this tomorrow. Okay guys, it's the next day. We're gonna finish this up. I think I have like 4.5 hours left to read. Let's double check, I don't remember. 4 hours and 16 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit resume, and we are gonna hopefully finish this book because I don't have that much left. And then probably get back into the murder of Mr. Wickham, but we'll see. What are you guys currently reading? I think I've asked you this before, but if I haven't, go ahead and put it in the comments. We don't have that much farther to go, and I'm very happy about it because I'm starting to get bored and the main characters are starting to get on my nerves. I'm mad at the male main character just because he kind of went behind her back and did something. I'm not here for that. Like, I don't even care if he did it with like the best intentions in the world. It's still, something about them is bothering me, and I don't really have any way to explain why. I liked them at the beginning, and now I'm just kind of like, something feels off. I don't know. Good thing they're fictional characters, and I don't really have to take it too seriously, but that's how things are going at the moment. Not that far to go, though, so we're gonna finish this up. I'm mad. I am curled up in a ball. Look at me. I am mad. I'm so mad at this male main character because not only... Okay, I shouldn't be spoiling things, but are you guys gonna read this? Like, how dare he? When she says not to do this thing, he does it anyway. Doesn't even own up to it when she's like saying like, hey, someone did this thing. I just found out about it. I've got to find out who did this. And then he's just like, oh yeah, And then she says something and he's like, no, it was me, blah, blah, blah. And then they're talking about it. And I love the quote that she says, it's not the intention that matters, it's the action and how it made me feel. I trusted you and I thought you were different. I guess I was wrong. No, but like I love the first part of that quote. But then he like turns it on her and then starts blaming her for stuff that she did. That's it. We're just, no. That's just not what we're gonna be doing when you did something wrong, Mr. Love Interest. You're the one who screwed up here, and it's not her fault. So you're gonna back off, or we're gonna have issues. Oh, and also, I'm sorry, but anything is not an apology. Oh, and the other thing he was hiding from her, I forgot about this. That just came up too. Yeah, we don't like this male love interest. If you're enjoying this, to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can find this channel and hear about these lovely books. It would be more convincing if I was really enjoying this. Okay, I finished this, and while I was originally thinking 3 stars, I think it's a little bit lower than that. I like kind of calculated the different things that I used to rate it. It came out to like a 2.7. I'm gonna give this 2 stars, even though I appreciate that it's clean. It has a good plot line. It's just the execution sometimes wasn't there, and the male love interest really irritated me with the things that he pulled. And then, like, I don't know if he really was sorry. He just, like, got caught for it. Sorry if that's spoilery, but, like, it just irritated me. And then I got really bored towards the end. There were some quotes that I liked, as you can tell with the tabs. But overall, I think that 2 stars is fair. Now, this is not a 2-star, like, Wrong Place, Wrong Time was a 2-star. That was, like, I had so many issues with that book that I couldn't rate it higher. It's just not quite 3-star quality. So, there's that. Glad that I read it. I'm glad I tried it. I just wish that it had been more. So here we are with 2 hours and 27 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. I was thinking of picking up with The Murder of Mr. Wickham, and I might still do that, but I think I'm actually going to pick up a nonfiction as a palate cleanser almost, and just kind of get myself more engaged in reading, because this kind of had me zoning out, and I don't want to be like in that very like almost slumpy mindset going into that book, because that's going to require some brain power and enjoyment, and I think I just need to do some nonfiction in between. So it is so cold right now, hence why I'm all wrapped up. Yeah, I am gonna pick up with this nonfiction. It's so short. I'm not necessarily intending to read the whole thing tonight, but just as like a palate cleanser, I would like to dive into this one that I haven't read in several years. So I'm very intrigued to get into this again. And one thing, fun fact that I do, I'll show you, like, you can see that I annotated with black ink. Since I've already done that, I am going to grab my blue ink pen and annotate with blue ink. Actually, I might use this one right here instead of getting blue ink. Might just use this little teal, because I like to kind of go in order. Like the first time I read a nonfiction, write in black ink, then write in blue ink, then red, and then so on. So I'm going to use this little teal pen, which will be fun. Anyway, the things that entertain me. Let's get into this book. For my fellow nonfiction readers, what is the last nonfiction book that you finished? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm enjoying this. I have gotten up to chapter 3. I'm also enjoying seeing like the things that I had written in here from back in the day, I guess you could say. I was probably like 24, 25, I don't know the math. It was years ago, and so it's just interesting to see like the things that I wrote about and that I was dealing with then, and how far God has brought me since then, in just ways that like only He knew was coming, and ways I never really could have imagined. And then I'm like looking at these things that I wrote about that were so important at the time that now I'm like, I'm so glad we're past that. It's just, I don't know, it's really cool to see. And then also still there's always something that we'll be working on. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to continue reading this or if I'm ready to move on to fiction. Okay, so that's the end of the 8 hours of reading. I fully intended to focus on Legendary, but of course you guys know I DNF'd Legendary. Then finished this 2-star book that was decent but not my favorite. Really good progress, and I didn't update you on this, but I made really good progress in Isolating Insecurity. I'm actually more than halfway through my reread that I started tonight. I have a few chapters to go, but I did want to jump back into The Murder of Mr. Wickham, and I'm up to chapter 7, which is some pretty good progress as well. The next video that I have to film is my TBR reading vlog, but I also have to film my audiobooks and coffee shops. So you guys, I don't know which one you're gonna see next, because my reading vlog for my TBR game books was supposed to go up next, but I have 6 books to read for that. So I don't know that I'm gonna actually be able to finish that before the weekend is over. I mean, I only have 2 days to read those 6 books. So the next video that you see might be the audiobooks and coffee shops, or it might be my TBR reading vlog. We'll see. Stay tuned for whichever one it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye!